comment section. Okay, Aminu, you're welcome. Aminu, where are you joining from? Let's put that in the comment section. Okay, Aminu is joining from Katsina State, Nigeria. Irene Eteyang is joining from Kenya, Afro Fortified Hub. I love that. How is Kenya today? All right, Ayoride Shehu is joining from Nigeria, crop farming. Well done, Shehu. Welcome to the Scaling Export Program launch. Okay, so let's keep it coming. Get to know, introduce yourself in the comment section. Keep it coming. Let us know your name. Tell us your country and your business. You might not know, you would see someone who is also from your country or who is also operating in the same sector with you, right in the comment section. Okay, I see Lindine from Malawi. Thank you so much. How is Malawi today? I see Solaja Korede from Ibadan, Nigeria. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I see Felicia. Felicia is joining all the way from Australia. She says, I am an exporter. Beautiful. You are the kind of person, we want here. All right. I see Malobi Obiche from Nigeria. Okay. All right, guys, keep it coming. I like the energy. I like it when audience always engage in the chat section. So I'm going to go straight to a poll. We have a short poll that you have to just attempt. Okay, so let's keep the introduction going in the comment section. But while at that, if you've introduced yourself, you're going to see on your screen, there is a poll. It's Scaling Export Program Launch poll. The first question is, what region in Africa are you joining us from? So I want you to select, are you joining us from Central Africa? I can see East Africa already. Are you joining from East Africa, North Africa, Southern Africa, West Africa, or outside Africa? So let's have that. The second question on the poll is, are you a member of African Food Changemakers Hub? I can see someone answering yes already. Okay, the third question is, which of these apply to you? I currently work in the agri-food business. I neither own nor work for an agri-food business. I'm looking to start an agri-food business. Okay, the fourth question is, what are your expectations for attending the Scaling Export Program launch? Yes, so the first option is learn more about African food change makers. Another one is discover new opportunities for my business. The third one is gain insight on topic from the guest. And the fourth is network with other entrepreneurs in the sector. Okay, I like it, guys. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Keep filling the poll. I can see it is increasing. Yes, yes, yes. The fifth question is, which of these best describes your agribusiness? Ideation stage, startup, growth. Okay, so let's keep it coming. So if you introduce yourself in the comment section, the next thing is look to the screen for the poll and fill your response. The poll is going to be there constantly, so just go fill your response. We want everyone here. I can see 33% participated. Come on, we can take this to 50. We can take this to 70%. So everyone, there's a poll on your screen. Okay. Celestine, please, can we kindly mute ourselves? Thank you. Okay, so now while the poll is ongoing, welcome once again to the Scaling Exports Program launch, proudly brought to you by the African Food Change Makers. Okay, so who are we and what do we do? Can you hear me? Please kindly confirm.
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right, so this program is proudly brought to you by African Food Change Makers, and I'm going to tell you briefly about who we are. Now, at African Food Change Makers, we believe that the food ecosystem in Africa is driven by visionary, dynamic entrepreneurs. And these entrepreneurs operate in various sectors. Just like we have today, we have people who are chefs, we have people who are finance and technology provider, we have cooks, we have distributors, we have processors. We call everyone who is involved in this food chain change makers. Now, we also know that these change makers, for them to effectively make change happen in their various countries, in wherever they find themselves, they need opportunities, they need funding to be able to start and scale resilient and sustainable agribusinesses. And that's why we run with a mission where we enable African entrepreneurs to start and scale resilient and sustainable agribusinesses that feed Africa and the world. You see why the Scaling Export Program is important, because we don't just want you to be okay with exporting your product to your country, but we want to feed Africa and the world at large. And to be able to achieve this big goal, we provide training, funding opportunities, exposure, trade linkages, and we also foster a vibrant community of change makers. Now, we have this big vision of having 1 million successful and sustainable African agribusinesses that are transforming the food ecosystem and are recognized and respected across the globe. If you feel that you are part of these persons who are change makers, regardless of the sector that you're joining from, let me know in the comment section. Type it and say, I am a change maker. Okay. So how we are able to achieve this big vision of what we want to do around African agripreneurs is, the first thing is we have a community. Now, our community is a platform where African agri-food entrepreneurs partner with one another to collaborate and also engage in peer-to-peer support. No one can actually make change happen in isolation. We need a community of change makers, and that's why what we provide at AFC is the community. The next thing we also do is we provide learning and training. We have a lot of training opportunities. Some are currently ongoing, some are still going to, they're still in the process, which will be unveiling to you. So we have a lot of trainings opportunity. We also have data opportunities where we provide our members with data. We also provide them with event opportunities, funding opportunities. We provide visibility and recognition. These are part of the things we do at African Food Change Makers. If you're loving us already, just say, well done, AFC. So within that few years of operating, we have been able to reach out to over 10,000 entrepreneurs through various workshops and programs. And our thing is we have, out of 54 countries, we have a presence, we have our members present in 37 out of the 54 countries. And we, if you go to our website, we have over 500 funding and knowledge resources on the hub. We've also had several partnerships, and we have over 145,000 unique users across our hub. Okay, so we have several opportunities. We have funding opportunities, capacity building, training, events, online courses, and all that. If you go to our website, we have some opportunities there that would help scale your business. So I'm just going to run through some of the opportunities. Because of our time, I'm going to skip through that. We also have our podcast. Our podcast is that platform where you get to learn. Remember, as entrepreneurs, you cannot, for you to run successful businesses, you need knowledge. So our podcast is also a platform where we share resources, invite experts to talk about different things around the agricultural sector. And then we have some programs that are currently running in 2023. And to take us through some of the programs we currently offer in 2023 at African Food Change Makers, please can you put your hands together in the comment section as I will make welcome one of our programs officer here, Claudia Praise.
Thank you, Anne. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining once again. So the first program on our 2023 program slide is the Leading African Women in Food Fellowship, which is a program that is aimed at amplifying and advancing the work of female African women who are making outstanding impacts and contributions in the food and agricultural landscape. The program was launched on the 3rd of March 2023 and received over 640 nominations, with 27 selected based on their feats and impact in various categories, just as you can see on the slide. Our second program for the year is the Building Resilience Against Climate and Environmental Shocks program, which is an intensive capacity development program aimed at supporting African small and medium agribusinesses across Africa. And by leveraging on ICT, data, and innovation, the program aimed to equip agribusinesses with necessary tools and knowledge to implement sustainable solutions and propel the growth of their agribusinesses. The objectives of this program is not limited, but include assisting the participants to gain vast awareness about climate change, develop strategies to curb the effects of climate change on their agribusinesses, and gain insight into climate financing and other opportunities in the ecosystem. So far in the program, we received over 1,000 applications and admitted 1,094 participants into the program. The training has started for the current 2023 cohort with over 1,000 participants from across Africa. Thank you very much, and over to you, Anne.
Thank you so much, Gloria Praise. You can see we have a lot currently ongoing. If you know that you're part of LAF, that is Leading African Women in Food Fellowship, or you're part of BRACE, can I see you type in the comment section? I want to already recognize those who are enjoying and partaking from our programs already. Can I see you in the comment section? We're excited that our speakers are already here. I want to acknowledge the presence of our first speaker, Dr. Bamidele. Sir, you are welcome. We're happy to have you. I also see Honorable Affishetu is already in the building. I see her. Thank you so much more for joining. Yes, I can see Brace. Brace, you guys are not carrying last. I can see Brace. Brace people are rapping. If you're part of LAF, put it up in the comment section. Okay, so please kindly mute yourself, Ibrahim. Thank you. As you join, mute yourself. So we have an orderly event. Thank you very much. So the poll is still ongoing. So if you're yet to fill the poll, please do the poll session and then make sure you fill it. So this is the part of the highlight of today's event. We have seasoned experts who have not just industry knowledge, they also have experience, and they have operated in this sector, the export sector, for a lot of years, as much as 10, 20 years experience in the sector. And we're privileged this afternoon to have our first speaker. I'm going to run through his bio. And I like how you're already participating in the comment section. What you will do is, after reading his bio, I want you to put your hands in the comment section as we make welcome the first speaker, okay? So, but hold on. What I'm going to do right now is to read the profile of the first speaker. All right, our first speaker is Dr. Bamidele Ayemibo. Dr. Bamidele is a renowned author, international business coach, keynote speaker, business development expert, and one of the foremost international trade and finance consultants in Africa. He is a lead consultant at 3T Impex Consulting Limited. He is fondly called the Export King because of his numerous trade certifications. He is the first certified specialist in demand guarantee in Nigeria, among the first 10 in Africa. He holds a master's in international business with law from Salford University, Manchester, United Kingdom, and holds a Ph.D. in international business and marketing with a first-class honor at the LIGS University, Hawaii, United States of America. He conceived, designed, and facilitates the training of the first export diploma program and 10 other trade professional development programs in Africa in conjunction with the American Institute of Extended Study. He's a member of the International Chamber of Commerce, ICC Working Group on Trade, Digitalization, and Blockchain in the World. He is an avid blogger who regularly posts export-related information on www.tradeinfong.com. He regularly facilitates international trade finance-related training for Fidelity Bank, Central Bank of Nigeria, Chartered Institute Bankers of Nigeria, to mention but a few. Ladies and gentlemen, with a resounding round of applause in the comment section, can we please make welcome our speaker, Dr. Bamidele Ayemibo, who will be speaking to us about preparing your agribusiness for the export markets. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on where you're joining from. So I'm trying to put up my slide. It's an honor to be here. I'm hoping that this session will be beneficial to everyone joining us. I'll be talking about preparing your agribusiness Sorry, I'm just trying to put together my... All right, preparing your agribusiness for the export market. I hope I'm audible.
Sir, you're audible enough.
All right. All right, thank you very much. Okay, I will start by defining export readiness. And if you look at the rider in my presentation, you will notice I put there deliberately understanding export readiness, because I've been asked to speak about preparing your agribusiness for the export market. Export readiness can be defined as a multifaceted concept that involves the ability of a company to successfully enter the export market, sustainably compete in the market, and significantly grow its market share until it becomes established in the market. So in that definition, you see three important things: successfully enter, sustainably compete, and significantly grow. Meaning you can enter and not be able to compete and then fall by the side, or enter, compete, but not able to grow and have a significant market share. And it has different facets to it. And what I will spend the remaining time talking about is actually talking about those different facets. So I'll talk about, first of all, sign of export, lack of export readiness. If you see someone who started export, year one is able to export, year two, year three is unable to export, most likely is having this challenge. And what's the challenge? It is the challenge of lack of export readiness. What are the characteristics? Delay, incessant delay in shipment, in production, in raising funding, and the like. Demurrage. Demurrage is the fee paid for the usage of container beyond the free period while the container is in the custody of the shipping line. So demurrage is another sign of lack of export readiness, which of course increase cost. Discrepancy in document. It's important you understand that trade is largely a business of documentation. International trade, import, export is largely a business of documentation. And the reason is because the buyer will likely pay for the goods before he sees the goods. And because of that, he needs to rely on documents. If these documents are discrepant and this happens frequently, it's a sign of lack of export readiness. Then debt, losses as a result of the action. Twice, almost every time that a loss is a sign of dropping out of the business. Debt of knowledge and other manifestation, and defective goods, exporting or shipping defective goods. These are all signs of lack of export readiness. And ultimately, what it does is to make the business not to be able to either successfully enter the market or sustainably compete or significantly grow. Remember the definition I talked about earlier of the characteristics or definition of a business that's said to be ready. And at the end of this session, I'm going to show you a link that you can use to assess your readiness. It's free of charge, and you get a free report that can make you know how ready am I for the export market. So that I can know the area. It's like pretty much diagnosing your business and identifying areas of concern or areas of issues that you need to deal with in order to be able to export successfully and, of course, sustainably. There are 15 criteria I will talk about briefly. They are divided into 4 groups: company characteristics,
capacity of the business, the country characteristic, that's in the export market or importers country, and then we have the companion at the export market also. So you have the promoter, the product, the pricing, the predisposition of the staff, and purpose of doing the business. Then the capacity, promotion, proficiency, production, payment, and positioning. Talking about the capacity of the business. And then you have the country characteristics, the people, the paperwork, the potential, and then the company, a company, a destination, the partner, and purchasers. So I'll try to explain each of these before I close, and then show you how you can do the readiness assessment for yourself and be able to assess your business and be sure you are ready so that you don't start and unable to continue. Like I said, those are evidence and sign of lack of export readiness. So let's look at the component of export readiness. Component. What are the components of export readiness? We look at the first, we look at the summary of all of them and take them one by one. I talk about promoters, that is the owner of the business. I talk about product, that is the item of export. I talk about pricing, that is determined based on the cost of shipment. And predisposition, that's talk about the staff foreign exposure. I talk about the purpose, that's the reason for doing the business. I talk about payment, that's getting funding to pay your local supplier and getting paid after shipment. I talk about production, that's talking about meeting the demand of the market. I talk about proficiency. That has to do with the skills and competence of those running the business. I talk about promotion, that's increasing awareness. Being able to increase awareness about your business. I talk about positioning, that has to do with the goodwill and heritage of the business. Then under country characteristics, you talk about the potential. That's talking about the market opportunities. Then the paperwork, that has to do with the documentation. Pre and post export documentation, pre and post import documentation. Remember, international trade, import, export is largely a business of documentation. It's largely a business of documentation. Then the people, that's consumers, who are those that will consume the goods at the export market. Then the purchase, are talking about the agent and distributor. Then the partner, talking about service provider in the export market. So I'll be expanding on this now. Let's talk about the company. This is your business. The company characteristics. Number one is the promoter. The promoter needs to be experienced in export. Now, if it's new, it needs to bridge the knowledge gap through training. Now, you need experience. If it's new and doesn't have experience, you can acquire experience through capacity building. Because with capacity building, you are able to acquire experience because you get to learn from those who have made those mistakes. Experience in exportation. Understanding the process, the step-by-step process. Irrespective of the country where you are, there are unique characteristics of every trade transaction. Planning, purchase order, production, pre-export documentation, post-export documentation, payment. You see that stage? From the planning stage to promotion to get purchase order, irrespective of the country, the process is pretty much the same. The only difference has to do with in each country, you have a situation in which in each country you have a situation in which there are differences in pre and post export or import documentation, but there will be pre and post irrespective of the country. So the promoter needs to know the process. That's the whole essence of capacity building. Let me emphasize again. International trade is not just a business of documentation, it is also knowledge intensive, because this knowledge keeps changing. The rule guiding letter of credit change, the rule guiding guarantee change, the rule guiding income change. We just have a revision of the International Commercial Time 2020, and different countries also have changed in regulation. Guiding trade transaction, because trade transaction afford foreign exchange. It affects foreign exchange. So government of nations, central bank of nations are very much interested. So it's heavily regulated. Readiness to commit resources and skill and competence. Let's move on to the product. Quality specification, unique characteristics, suitable packaging and labeling, and some level of sophistication that makes it difficult to not be able to just copy and replicate your product. Every product in international business needs specification. Yam has specification. Mango has specification. Potato has specification. Finished good, manufactured good, all of them have specification. In your local market, you can go to the market and buy anyone you like. When you want to export, someone is interested. If it's yam, for example, it's interested in the length. It's interested in the diameter. It's interested in the injury on the body. It's interested in the air. It's interested in so many characteristics that define the specification of that product. Commodity, fruits, vegetable, they all have specifications. Even if it's processed, value add, they all have specification. Pricing. Being able to source raw material locally can help you with pricing. Have you tried to check economy of scale? How much can you achieve with that? Freight cost, logistic cost in general, and the cost of raw materials, particularly if you have to import it. For many African countries, we have a huge challenge with foreign exchange. So because government is very much heavily interested in Forex, then it becomes difficult for some countries to get foreign exchange and be able to bring in their raw material. That's why local sourcing of material becomes very important in your agri business, particularly when you're processing. Predisposition. Either you, the owner of the business, or the team you are working with must have the right predisposition. If you are not quality conscious in your local market, you must be quality conscious because of export market. I've had a number of cases. I don't have time to tell you a lot of stories. Maybe in the main program, eventually we'll be having this kind of conversation on how this can be a big challenge. So even if you have not worked or school abroad, or speak foreign language, or have any foreign exposure, knowledge as a result of training can bridge that gap. What you realize about a number of the area and factor of readiness is that those challenges can be bridged as a result of capacity building. Then the purpose. What is the vision? What do you see ahead? Why are you interested? If it's just to make money, maybe there are other business you can do to make money in your local market, in your countries. But if you are looking at putting your product on the global stage, desire to go global, you want to enjoy some of the incentive of government, it's a survival strategy for you. The local market is being crowded. You need export market to keep your business going. Maybe you need export. But if it's just to make money, maybe you should look at other business. But if you have other visions that drives you beyond making money, that you can only find through export, that is what keeps you when you're faced with challenges on your journey to the export market. The next one, capacity. Across payment, being able to get paid, being able to source funding, either from the bank, from family and friends, from investors, from angel investors, from venture capital, whichever way you want to source it. Collateral.
So sorry
Yes.
to cut you short. Doctor, I've been sending you messages via DM. Please, your time is up. We want to take question and answer, but I'll just appreciate if you just quickly wrap up. I know there's a lot you have to share, but
I was told I have 30 minutes and I've spent 15 minutes. I'm timing myself.
Oh, 30 minutes.
Yes, that was what I thought.
Oh, no, I think that was...
It's okay. It's okay. I can round off.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, as I round off, you can visit this link, bit.ly/export readiness, bit.ly/export readiness. So you can answer the question there, and you will get a report within 2 working days. And it's going to categorize your business either as export ready, almost ready, midway to ready, or just starting or preparing to start. If you're export ready, you are good to go. If you're almost ready, go and check the area you lack capacity and cover those areas. Same for midway to readiness. If you're just starting or preparing, maybe you should focus on developing the business first of all. As a roundup, I would like to conclude by saying, I would like to stress the need for reasonable and regular investment in trade education by export company in order to be export ready, so as to prevent each free export documentation, hassle-free export process, and ECOT-free export payment process. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor. That was, I know there's a lot you have to share, but thank you so much. Please, can we celebrate Dr. Bamidele in the comment section, and not just commenting by saying thank you, thank you. Let me know what is one key takeaway. What's that one thing he said that struck you? You know, as he was speaking, I was also writing. And the next thing we're also going to do is we're going to take one question because of our time. Remember, this is the Scaling Export Program launch. That means we have a big announcement coming, and you should not even miss it, because the best is always saved for the last. So I don't want anyone jumping off this call. But if you have a question, please drop in the comment section and I'll pick the question. I can see so many persons saying, oh, we want to get the slide and all that. Don't worry, as long as you've registered for this program, we have the recording for you. Okay? Yes. So any question, just one question in the comment section so we can have the other speakers come up stage. And then there's also a link Dr. Bamidele shared, so feel free to use it to check your export readiness. Is there any question? Okay, all right. I'm checking. Okay, someone says this is very insightful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so thank you so much. So I don't think there's any question, but we look forward to seeing more of you at the program eventually. Okay, someone is saying exporting involves documentation. Someone is asking Mr. Bamidele, Dr. Bamidele, please, can we have your contact, please? Don't worry.
Good afternoon, please.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon, Kunle. You have a question?
Yeah.
All right, please go on.
Eye-opening, please. Very interesting. And I wish to ask, there are factors we need to consider, while exporting the goods. The cost implication of the goods you are expected to export, the durability of the raw materials, or whether finished products you are.
Sorry, Kunle, please, can you go straight to the question, please?
Yes. My question is that we need to know more of these factors. That's one
very short time. Thank you.
While exporting finished products or raw materials, please. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, Kunle, please, Kunle, you know what's going to happen? We're really behind schedule. Okay, so type your question in the comment section. I will share this question. I can see other questions. We're going to compile. We have a team who are present, taking down the question in the comment section, okay? Because of our time, we have 2 other speakers already on the call waiting to share. So we have a lot more for you. And then we have a big announcement coming. So even some of your questions would even be answered by the big announcement. So just calm down and relax, because we still have a lot in store for you. Okay, because of our time, I'm going to go straight to invite the second speaker. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Bamidele. Your session was really insightful. We are grateful. And I know that there's still a lot more we will learn from you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, sir. Okay, are we enjoying the session so far? Let me know in the comment section. Are you enjoying the session and are you ready for more? Do you want more, or should we just close at this point? Okay, I can see more. Yes. I like it. Our next speaker will be taking us on a journey into the insights. She's going to be sharing the insights into the challenges and opportunities in the international agri-food trade. She is Honorable Affishetu Braimoh. She's a serial entrepreneur and a founder of SEP Fruit. She is an accomplished programs manager with over 27 years of experience in managing medium to and large programs across multiple sectors, including agribusiness, finance, hospitality, technology, and film and media. She has served as the former commissioner for Business Trade and Cooperatives in Edo State. Afi earned a bachelor's degree in economics and a master's in business administration from the University of Middlesex, Villanova University in UK, respectively. She started her career as the project lead in London and later worked as a project manager for prominent organizations such as First USA Bank, Bank One, JP Morgan Chase, and General Electric. She is passionate about empowering women, mentoring and supporting farmers. She has established 2 NGOs, Feed and Educate in Nigeria and Fawe, which is funding African women entrepreneurs in US, aiming to provide education and support for farmers and African women entrepreneurs, respectively. As a former commissioner for Industry, Trade and Cooperative in Edo State, Honorable Afi has focused on empowering SMEs, promoting products, and creating favorable policies for MSMEs and facilitating ease of doing business. With a resounding round of applause in the comment section, please can we make welcome Honorable Affishetu Braimoh as she takes over the stage. Hello. I can see our round of applause in the comment section. Let's celebrate our speaker. So I'm going to share my screen. She has, I think I have a presentation. Hello, Ma, please, you can go ahead. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, great. I'm so honored to be here. I noticed you were honoring the first speaker. So we have basically 20 minutes, right? I was told 20 minutes. Is it 20 minutes? 20?
Please, you have 10 minutes, Ma. It's 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Oh my
yes,
God. Okay,
please.
you know what? I think you can get, okay. So let's quickly, just a little bit of background. When I started SEP Fruits, which is my company, Sweetest Candy Fruits, I didn't think exporting, but I've always thought about think local, act global. And 3 years into starting this business, I had to move back to the States. And so I thought, wait a minute, this is a global product made in Nigeria by Nigerians, sourced in Nigeria, but for the global market. And so I, revisited my my model, my vision, my mission, and then created a nutritious snacks company, and then went set up in the US. But I set it up as a distribution company, What Foods Doing Business as SEP Fruits. So we can move right forward. I've just done 3 pages in one. Let me see if I can move this. Can I move this, or are you moving it for me? Let me see. Should I share my screen? Let me do that. Hello? Oh gosh. Hello? Hello?
Hello, yes, ma'am. I'm sharing the screen. Can you see the screen, please?
Oh, you're sharing? Okay.
Yes.
So do you want to move forward? Oh, there we go.
Okay. Okay, I'll move to the next one. Just let me know.
All right. So here goes. 5 years into it, you know, it's a nutritious and healthy snacks company. You know, the key for us here is we're all snackers by nature. So I decided that, you know what, thanks to COVID, we're all snackers. I mean, we weren't cooking, we were just grabbing anything we could find in the pantry. And so a nutritious snacks company that doesn't sacrifice taste from the farm to the table. All of our products, no sugars added, no chemicals, no additives, just straight what Mother Nature gave us, with a focus on authenticity and transparency. We ensure minimal processing with ethically sourced raw materials while putting our employees first. One thing we do is everything comes from Nigeria. Everything comes from Nigeria. Next slide, please. Next slide. So what matters to us, our slogan, nutritious snacking without the guilt for the business, and then snacking with a purpose, giving back. Next slide, please. Wow, I'm going very, very fast. Sorry about this. I only have 10 minutes for a slide. I prepared for 20. Next slide, please. Because we need now, so 5 years into it, I need to export. And I'm saying, okay, what do you need to start thinking about when you start thinking about exporting? Like the first speaker said, you could tell that he's an educator, fantastic presentation, by the way. So for me, I had to sit back and start looking at things. I was moving back. Even though I will continue to export, I was moving back. So what are the things you should be thinking about? Well, in my company, it was now What Foods Doing Business as SACRA. So I needed to register that business. I needed to register the name, and then I had to get a business license. Other things that you would think about if you're still based in Nigeria looking to export to the US market is things like your pricing. The first speaker talked about that. There's so many bottlenecks to us exporting from Nigeria to the US. So your price model, as well as your margins and your cost, are so critical because you can never compete on the US shelves if you don't focus on this price, because between the exchange rate and all the payments that you make along the way, plus when you get to the US, it's not okay, you take your products into a store and say, oh, by the way, here are my products, and the manager says, oh, we like it, bring us 10 boxes. Oh no. They're brokers that you have to deal with, and the store ones that own 25% or 30% on top of your price as well. Nutritional label, I can't stress this enough. In the US, which I know that this is one of the areas we're focused in North America, is the nutritional label. Everybody, including my 11-year-old, looks at the label. Everyone is concerned about what they're eating. Chemicals, of course, are a no-no, so focus on your nutritional label if you're looking at exporting to the US. Shipping and distribution between air and sea, very critical. It will kill your margins by the time you look at shipping your products to the US. Label localized. Little things as much as putting like a Spanish version of the name of the product on your packaging will make a huge difference if you're going to be selling in a place like Florida. So you should look at the label, look at your target market, understand what their needs are, and ask yourself, what value am I bringing to that customer? And then certifications, which lead me to traceability. So things like FDA, USDA, organic, fair trade, kosher, anything that is going to help your business to actually step forward or actually be one step ahead of that next package on the shelf will be a big difference. So certification is big, it's quite expensive though. So you want to ask yourself again, what value am I bringing to the customer? Next slide, please. How am I doing? Next slide. Okay. Was this the next slide or you've gone too far? Is it the next slide?
Yes, it's the next slide.
Okay, all right. So once I decided that this was what I was going to do, and then I set up a distribution arm, I literally went full head on where today we're in vending machines because of the type of products that we have. And this is, something I'll speak to later on a slide that talks to understanding your target market and then attending programs like this that will help you define what your target market is and where you want to distribute to. The kind of products I have, we work perfectly in vending machines. There are loads of resorts in Florida. And so having our products in small stick packs is perfect for vending machines. So we made it into Walmart, our local Walmart, about a year and a half ago. Took me about 4 years to do that. When other stores, we had a stint with Macy's, but a lot of our products now are in vending machines across South Florida, and also we're Amazon and Bubble. Next slide, please. Okay, but there are two slides that I wanted to focus on, and that is where the export, if you go, because that's the key here. What are the challenges? What are the things to think about? There are two slides.
Should I go forward?
This is good. This is good because this says what it has done for us. It's blurry right now. Or is it my glasses? It's blurry. Okay, so in terms of exporting, ever since we started, here are the real positives about exporting. First of all, there's more revenue to it, but there's a lot more work that comes with it. But what you have is substantial positive impact from foreign markets. You get to learn about other foreign markets. You actually get to interact with other foreign markets. And it will help you decide whether you want to, export a certain product or another SKU. I think I just lost everybody. My slide disappeared. I can use, what I can do. Okay. Is everybody still there? Because I can just go ahead and talk about it. So
yes, we are here. We are here. We are listening.
Okay, great. So exporting will give you access to, okay. Exporting will give you more access to more diverse business partners and broaden your product offering. For us in SAC Fruit, it has helped us increase our sales and volumes and working with larger manufacturing companies. In fact, when you attend trade shows, you find other companies that may be looking for something that you have and you didn't even know that somebody else wanted it, or you start having opportunities to collaborate or private labeling. It has also allowed us to create a distribution strategy that allowed us to grow both online and offline. Amazon was just for a period. The good thing with Amazon is it brings you out to the forefront, but you don't stay on Amazon for too long if you're just focused on your products, because Amazon will kill you. Before you make money, Amazon must make 3 times the amount you're going to make. And then we have Bubble, which is a wholesale site. You want to check that out. And then, of course, retail Walmart. The biggest thing that it helped us decide, though, which we don't have in Nigeria, is vending machines. You're in the airport, there are vending machines. You're in the car sales room, you're in the vending machine. So that's where people are sitting, they're waiting for service, and they're going into the vending machines and they're grabbing something. So it helped us look at a distribution strategy and say, okay, where do we want to play in? Attending workshops, webinars, trade shows, matchmaking programs have definitely been a plus for us. And we didn't have this until we started exporting, of course. And then it helped us decide which of our products were export ready. Not all of our products are in the vending machines, and not all of our products we export to the US market. So the biggest thing here, because I had 10 minutes and I hope you're on the same slide as well, is the takeaways here. Number one, what value am I bringing to the target market? It's very, very important. What value am I bringing? Make sure you have an international marketing plan. I went to a broker one time, UNFI, I think. Here are my products. I want to in this store, that store, that store. The first thing they're going to ask you is, show me your marketing plan, because there's a cost associated with shelf space. You're competing with so many companies. So how are you going to market this product once it's on the shelf? Show me what you're going to do. Show me when it's closer to shelf life. How much are you going to reduce it by? You must have a marketing plan. Legal and tax implications, a big plus. You must understand the legal and tax implications in the US. Portfolio diversification, very important. Collaboration is a big, big thing of mine. If you can collaborate, you're building capacity, it's a plus when you're thinking about exporting. distribution strategy. Where am I going to go? Am I going to end up on Amazon where you go FBA and they charge you? Or do you want to, you know, do you have somebody on the other side who's going to take your products, leave it in their warehouse, charge you per minute, per second, per day to be in the warehouse? And then how about fulfillment? What is the plan for the fulfillment? And then when you run out, and more importantly, if they have to return your products, you're not down the street in the US, you're in Nigeria. What does that mean for your business? And then groups, programs like this is fantastic. And I'm already a change maker. You know, one of the best programs I attended, I was one of the Food Finance Institute cohort, and it really told me that one of the products that I was looking at and pushing for a long time, he said, Affy, here, I like this one. I really like this one. Let's use this one. Let's create a market plan around it and let's push it out. And that was a huge success. If I didn't attend that program, I wouldn't have known. I kept pushing another product, which would have done well, but it wasn't my cash cow, right? Networking. Programs like this and others, you know, give you opportunities to network with other people and then know your competition. Just because I'm in the dried fruits business doesn't mean that my only competition is dried fruits. No, chips are my competition, jackfruit are my competition, chin-chin, plantain chips. Know your competition so that you can, you know, price accordingly and then you can think strategically as well. Take that extra step and register your business in the US. There are big pluses to that. Anyone who wants to learn more about that, you know, they can contact me. There are huge, huge benefits. Yeah, there's tax implications, but you'll go a lot further, you know, when you have that registered. And then dream big and never let your dreams expire. And finally, I just had a slide here that I thought would be beneficial to you guys. These are resources that I have used. You know, I do a lot of research a lot. I'm online a lot. All my packaging I design myself. And so I'm always looking for one more thing. Startup CPG is amazing. It's perfect. It's loaded with people. You ask questions. They have a Slack channel you can join. And there's someone somewhere who has done something that you haven't done or that may help you or you may help. So Startup CPG is one that you want to be a part of.
Thank you so much.
For the women, and then Food Baby and all that. So thank you very much for having me. And yeah, I'm a change maker. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes, you are a change maker. And thank you so much for cooperating and keeping to time. I know there's a lot you have to share. You have this vast experience. I went through your profile. There's a lot you have to share. But thank you so much for cooperating with us and sharing so much in that short time. And like she said, dream big, never let your dream expire. Thank you so much. Please, if you have questions, drop it in the chat box. We will not be able to take questions right now, but we are compiling your questions. We have active team members who are just there in the chat box taking your questions, and we'll see how to get the responses and share to you. Remember, like I said, we have the best saved for the last. This is the Scaling Export Program launch. And you know, every launch program has something we are launching, but we don't want to let you know what we are launching until we get to the end of this event. So this is not the time for you to jump out. This is that time where you go call all your fellow entrepreneurs in the agri space and tell them to come in because we have something big coming for you. Thank you so much, Honorable Affishetu, for sharing. We look forward to learning a lot more from you. And if you enjoyed her session, please in the comment section, can we appreciate her? Give your key takeaways. Don't just say, yes, I enjoyed it. No, let me see that thing that stood out for you from her presentation. Okay, so we still have a lot in store. At African Food Changemakers, we know how to always give value every time we show up with an event. And we have another speaker. She is going to be taking us on a journey through the strategies and best practices for preparing agribusinesses for export success. If you want to get ready to, for export success, then you should listen to the next speaker because she has a lot in store for you. I'm going to read her bio, and the next voice you will hear right on this virtual stage will be the next speaker. So our next speaker is Claudia Castellanos. She is, okay. All right, our next speaker is Claudia Castellanos. She is a Colombian impact entrepreneur and food rebel. She came as a volunteer to Eswatini in 2008, fell in love with Africa and made it her home. She's the co-founder and CEO of Black Mamba Foods, a growing brand with a strong social and environmental ethos based in Eswatini, manufactures and distributes specialty food products worldwide and supports over 1,000 individuals from rural communities. Through Black Mamba, she has become a vocal activist for transforming food ecosystem through a simple yet powerful premise. Claudia holds an MBA from Esther Business School and a Finance and International Relations major from Universidad Externado de Colombia. She is a fellow of Vital Voices and the DO, a global platform for accelerating a new economy that is sustainable, innovative, and equitable. Ladies and gentlemen, Claudia is passionate about finding ways to develop Africa through sustainable projects that takes into consideration the upliftment of women, the inclusion of grassroots communities, and the protection of the environment. With a resounding round of applause in the comment section, I want to feel your excitement as we have Claudia take over the stage. You're welcome, ma'am.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Anne, for a lovely introduction. I'm blushing here. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to put you into challenge to try to pronounce all these names in Spanish. And thank you so much for having me here. I am so honored. I am a big fan of everything that African Food Changemakers is doing. And I've always been very supportive of the organization since the beginning, since it was called Nourishing Africa. And I'm very pleased to be here. So without further ado, because I know we don't have a lot of time, if you don't mind just sharing our presentation from the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to share what has worked for us as Black Mamba in terms of best practices and strategies. We are an agribusiness. So if you don't mind just passing the slide, just going to tell you very quickly about what Black Mamba is. So basically, we are an agribusiness that makes chili-based condiments. Our main products are chili sauces, pestos, pickles, chutneys, and hot honey now that we just launched. And everything is made in Eswatini. And the way we work is we source organically grown produce from rural communities. We train these smallholder farmers into organic farming and regenerative agriculture that has become like a big thing that is trending nowadays in the world. We get our fresh organic produce. We make our products without any, we call it no added nonsense. So no preservatives, no artificial preservatives, sorry, because vinegar is a preservative. It's just a natural preservative. With no artificial colorants, no artificial flavorants, nothing. So it's as food as should be. That comes back to our concept of changing food ecosystems and doing food that is good for you, good for the planet, and good for the communities that we work with. Business model, very quickly. So we source our ingredients for smallholder farmers that are trained to our relationship with a local NGO called GUBA. So GUBA helps us, as well as being a logistics partner, to work with the smallholder farmers. We manufacture the products in Eswatini, and we sell our products through, at the moment, around 15 countries worldwide. We started with fair trade distribution because it was very obviously apt to our business model. But within the years and through the years, we've been growing from fair trade that was very niche to commercial retailers. And at the moment, we work with several commercial retailers around the world. If you don't mind changing the slide. So yes, so that's what I was saying before. We are very ambitious and we want to work to chili world domination. And we're working as well to bring African flavors to the world, spicy flavors, and also sharing the quest to ethical foodies of a greener and fairer world. So that's our aim and our goal, and that's what we're working towards. And that's why we are, in essence, an export business. So throughout our journey, there's several key elements of strategies that come to mind. But then the first question that I think any agribusiness needs to ask themselves is why would you export? What is the choice? So for Black Mamba, it was very clear. The choice is because we had no choice. In a nutshell, Eswatini is a very small landlocked country with a very small market, really. Like there's 1 million or 1.5 million people in Eswatini, of which the target that we had was very small to really scale the business. So we had to prepare very early throughout our journey. Black Mamba was created in 2010 to start exporting. So the second thing you might want to try, and why you start exporting, might be profitability. You see there's different exchange currencies, and there's some things that are cheaper to produce in Africa. So it might be an option to kind of like improve your GP and improve your profitability. Then, of course, another thing would be your competitive advantage. We take advantage of that a lot in terms of competitiveness, because many of the markets that we export to, we have preferential trade agreements with. So that means we can take advantage of the fact that we have no duties. So we are already competitive in the higher end of the scale because our products are specialty food products, but we are competing in that space. And we're also competing because there's not a lot of African foods yet in international markets. And also we compete in the sustainability side of it. So that helps us to get an edge on the competitive advantage. So I encourage all of you to look and to think what would be your competitive advantage in that sense. And of course, the fourth sort of aspect that you could think about in order to start thinking why it's a good idea for you to export is risk mitigation. Like it's the same concept of not putting all the eggs in the same basket. If you're only dealing with a country, that country has an issue, like high inflation or like a crisis that we're living in a lot of countries at the moment, at least you are sort of like mitigating the risk by having your market in different countries. Sorry about that. Sorry, I just got a call and I'm connecting from my phone. So I apologize. So now that brings me to our main takeaways throughout our journey on how to export successfully. So my first advice and sort of like best practice is not to get overwhelmed. It's very, the world is massive, and sometimes you feel like, oh my God, it's such a big world, I don't even know where to start. So my sort of advice is to start small and focus on strategic markets that make sense for you. And also learning, because I didn't learn that until later, sometimes to say no. Maybe you're kind of like thinking, oh, this would be a great opportunity for my business, but if you think that it strategically is not your main market, or where you feel that your products would have a competitive advantage, from experience, I would say sometimes it's easier to say, you know what, I am not even going to go to Japan right now, because there's so many more requirements and change of language and change of structure. So let me just start small, or let me just start closer to other countries that are similar in terms of strategies that I could do locally. So just to give you a very quick example, we started exporting to Germany, and the first export that we did was 4 cartons of chili sauce. That's it. And it was great because it gave us the opportunity to start learning about exports. It was very small, and it was a country that we knew would be very open to our products because of the sustainability aspect of it, and because of the fact that there were not many competitive products in that category. Like hot sauces in Germany don't necessarily work together. The second sort of like takeaway for me is research your market. Like learn as much as you can about your market. Don't go with your eyes closed. Visit when possible. There's through organizations locally in different countries to international organizations, the possibility to attend trade shows. Even if you don't attend to showcase, it's good to attend to learn. You learn so much, because when you're on a trade show, you get to see other people in your market. You get to see what buyers want. You get to see how people actually promote their products. Researching your market means as well understanding the regulations. And I cannot stress enough how important that is. So get in touch with the organization in your country that deals with export regulations. In our case, in Eswatini, is our revenue office, the customs department. They've been amazing at providing us with the great information that is like, can we export to this country and what it is needed? But obviously you can get that information from your potential distributors. Then you will have to look as well, obviously your target market, who are you going to be selling your product to? other buyers, other players. So research as much as you can. There's no excuse these days. We have a connection to internet, and that's most of the times everything that you need. And visit when and if possible. Then, very important to start understanding export logistics. I was no expert whatsoever at the beginning, but I'm becoming more and more aware of how important that is. So learning the Incoterms, so when the responsibility changes, if you're the manufacturer and you are selling FOB, so that means you're responsible to get the product to the ship, and then your buyer will take responsibility from there. So understand what that means, what a CIF price means, X works, FOB, what a freight forwarder is. I mean, it's for us, it's like the main important thing that we have is a company that we just actually call and say, we need to export to Hong Kong. And they will give us, this is how much it's going to cost you because of your volumes. We're going to deal with every player in the aspect of that. So it's very, very important that you start understanding what a container means, or like if you're sending a pallet. So all of these things, sometimes I had no clue. So don't worry, it seems very foreign sometimes, but if you got a good freight forwarder, and again, you have somebody that can help you to actually ideas, somebody that it's in your country that can help you to understand these things, another person that could help you to understand the system, that's actually very, very good. Very important as well, money. We as entrepreneurs, we really need money all the time. That, like, whomever says that that's not true is lying. So sometimes you need money to finance your order. I know if you get like a whole container full of order, you need to make that container first, and maybe your buyer is only going to pay 60 days after they receive. And if you're exporting to other continents, you know for a fact that sea freight takes time. So how do you do to finance that? So learn about the financial tools available for exports. I know that in Eswatini, the Central Bank of Eswatini offers a warranty and actually sort of like lends you that money beforehand. And not a lot of people in Eswatini knows that. So the central bank was telling me, like, we don't get anyone to apply for this facility because of lack of knowledge. Or maybe your buyer decides to pay a deposit first, or maybe you can do factoring of the invoice. So very, very important that you get familiar with financial tools. And then on the following slide, if you don't mind, we're just 3 more points that you actually look in there. So replicate best practices. You know, one thing that has worked for Black Mamba is whatever has worked at a local market, we can sometimes replicate in other markets. And that works not only from the point of view of you being able to build best practices, but it also comes as a point of trust for your buyer, because you said, you know what, I've done it here and it has worked, and this is what I suggest we do. So it shows that you are having experience and that you can replicate that experience to other markets. Very, very important as well. And it is related to the fact that you here build the network. Talk to other agripreneurs, attend these events, be part of like organizations like this, because the network is probably, dare I say, the most powerful asset that you're going to have. You can learn all of these things that I mentioned before, but if you build your network, you will always have people to ask things for and be curious. I am a curious person by nature, and I ask all sorts of questions. I'm annoyingly curious. So the worst thing that can happen is that somebody can tell you, I don't know, don't bug me, but maybe somebody can tell you, let me share with you all of these things that I've done to become an exporter. So always work on the network. It's so, so valuable.
Thank you so much, Claudia.
It's so important, honestly, and it's so powerful. So it's so, so important that everyone that is here becomes part of the network. Then very, very important, obviously, for international markets, depending on who your target market is achieve the level of quality that is required. That goes from going and checking other markets, going online, you know, to see what's expected from Black Mamba from the very beginning. And this is not a reality from everybody, but we knew we wanted to build a brand. So I always tell my team, we're not selling hot sauce. We're selling Black Mamba. There's a difference. And we've been very, very, from the beginning, very pedantic about building the level of quality that we needed to be able to showcase our products in the shelves where we want it to be. So if you want to be in Whole Foods in the United States, make sure that you start looking at the quality for that. So quality means certifications, what they needed. Quality means packaging, obviously the quality of your product, and we have applied to many awards worldwide. We've won many awards, and that is sort of a tick of quality. So start doing that marketing work if that's what you want to do. We are very strong on marketing, so I think that helps a lot. And with that being said, this is just the last part where you get to see some photos of what I do constantly to promote the brand, which is getting us out there on trade shows, going to visit markets. For instance, having the bottles or our labels in different languages makes me very proud and very happy. And see how throughout the years we've been learning all this information and all this knowledge and acquire this knowledge. And I encourage you as well. Yeah, I think the best takeaway is be part of a network like this one, and you will see how little by little you will achieve that level that you want in terms of exports.
All right. Thank you so much, Claudia. Thank you so much for everything you do in Eswatini with Black Mamba, empowering entrepreneurs. And thank you for being supportive of Africa market and also, sharing your time with all of us. I know there's still a lot more you have to share, and we look forward to having you and still learning more from you. But ladies and gentlemen, now is right time where you go to the comment section and give your key takeaway as a form of appreciation for her time. Can we do that quickly? Go to the comment section and say a big thank you to Claudia and tell her what is that one outstanding lesson you're going home with. Thank you so much. This is still the Scaling Export Program launch. That means we have something in store for you. We have a big announcement, and this is not the time where you need to leave the call. And I know you have questions. Please drop your questions in the chat. We're going to collate these questions and send to our speakers. And then as long as you registered for this event, we have your email addresses. We're going to send you the recording and also send those responses. And to give us the big announcement, at African Food Changemakers for the past 6 months or thereabout, we have been cooking up something. And to give that big announcement, permit me to make welcome one of our programs officer at African Food Changemakers. Please put your hands in the comment section as I make welcome Bushira Abdurrahman as she takes over the stage to make the big announcement.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Once again, thank you so much, and thank you. It's such a privilege to be here. And I'm so happy right now. I'm really, really happy right now because it is time to unveil our Scaling Export Program. This is a project we've been nursing for several months, and it is now the right time for us to unveil it to everyone. So we are really happy. Thank you so much to our speakers. We appreciate our speakers for making it here. We understand that you are very busy, and thank you for putting time on your busy schedule to make it here today. And also thank you to our attendees. We appreciate your presence here today. We appreciate your presence here today. We are really grateful. So now it is time to talk about the program itself. The program is called the Scaling Export Program. Are you wondering why we call it scaling? Yes, it is called scaling because this program is leveraging on our industry knowledge based on what we've done in the past, which is called the YAGDP program, Youth in Agri-Food Export Development Program. I'm sure that we have some of the participants here in the room. So if you're one of the YAGDP participants, can you say I in the chat box? So the YAGDP product was basically, it was an export capacity product, which was basically meant for agri-food SMEs who were based in Nigeria. So now with this program, with our SEP program, we intend to scale the program, the productivity of the program. So we intend to extend it to all over Africa. So right now, the SEP aims to engage an annual cohort of agri-food SMEs to build their capacity to export healthy, nutritious agri-food products across Africa and international markets, such as Europe, North America. And we aim to achieve this through training, market exposure, trade linkages, and business support. So the objective of this program, we hope that at the end of this program, agri-SMEs who participate in the program will be able to develop a global brand and products which is fit for Africa and other international markets. And also, we also want them to gain practical insights and knowledge on sourcing export contracts for their agri-food products. And likewise, we want them to understand the export transaction, like when our speakers were, when Dr. Bamidele Ayemibo was speaking earlier on, he said the life of an export business is documentation. So we want them to understand the sourcing of export contracts and the necessary documentations which they will need to trade in the international market. Also, we aim to let them start, those who are yet to start exporting, maybe due to one fear or the other, or those who are already in the export market, but are finding it difficult, we will aim to enable them to scale up their export businesses in such a way that it is efficient and profitable for them. And lastly, we aim to build strategic partnership with them. We aim to build strategic partnership we aim to let them build strategic partnership with stakeholders to shape policies for exports related growth. Next slide, please. Okay, so the components of the program, during the course of this program, we undergo four phases for the program. One of it is the application and the onboarding. Right now, the application is ongoing. We've already opened the application, and my colleague will drop the application link in the chat box for everyone to apply for the program. After which, we will go on to the training. So this training is going to be a virtual training, whereby it is a self-paced virtual training, whereby you log into your portal, you take your course at your own convenient time. And also then we are going to deploy a diagnostic tool. The essence of doing this is to know the areas of which you need help, so that we can assess your expert knowledge and get to know the things you'll be needing as help from our side. And also we also deploy another one at the end of the program, which will help us to know how far you've gone in the program, if the program has been effective. With this, we aim to get the effectiveness of the program from you. Also, we will keep measuring impact and give ongoing business support. We'll keep referring for trade shows, we'll keep referring for opportunities in the international market and market linkage support. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is an overview of our curriculum. We have a lot in store for you, but just to have an idea of what you are coming to learn in the program. So with this, so to start with, we have an introduction to exporting. This is for someone who has never exported before, was interested in exporting. You'll be introduced, you'll be made to know what does the export market looks like? What is market access? What do I need to get into the export market? All this will be disclosed in the course. You are going to learn this, you meet with industry-led experts who will be taking you this in the course. And also product development. Some of us already have products, but we don't know if the product is actually fit for the international market. And we are still struggling with our branding, with our packaging, with our colors. We don't know how to go about it. All this will be reviewed in the course, and this course is the right place for you to learn all of this. Also preparing for exports. What does it take to prepare for exports? What do I need to put in place if I want to export my products? Or you will also get to know this as well. Export financing. So for every export, we quite know that export is expensive and it requires a huge capital. So how can I do it to manage capital? How can I do it to manage my costs? How do I get profits at the end of the day? So that at the end of the day, I want to export my product, then have a shortfall. How do I go about this? Also, we have experts in place who are going to train our participants on all of this. Export certifications and certification and registration. We all know that to export our products, we need certain certifications, right, from our quality parameters, our custom certifications, and so many other numerous certifications. We know what certification do I need if I want to export a dry product? What certification do I need if I want to export a wet product? Because there are different certifications for different products. This is also one of the things which our program is covering and which our participants will learn. Certification for participants. So because this program is valued at $1,500 each, but then through the help of our funders, participants participating in this program, we have it all for free. But then some certain things are actually expected from them, because so much is given, much more is expected. So we expect from our participants that they engage in the learning, they actually take the course on the learning portal. It's just a 6-week training. And so, and during the training, during that 6 weeks training, we hope that they take all assessments and attend to all the assignments. Also, there will be a chat engagement forum on the learning portal. where participants can engage with one another, ask one another questions, explain some other stuff to one another. So we expect that all participants participating in this program will go ahead to participate in that section as well. And likewise, we have a live interactive session. At the end of every week, for everything you learn, we have an industry-led expert who will come on board, one of the trainers for the week, who will come on board to answer our questions, our inquiries about what we've learned so far, and also to shed more light to areas where we are having difficulties in the course. Likewise, there will be assignment and assessment. This is just to test our understanding of the program and of our learnings, and to get to know how much we are assimilating, and to also get to know other areas of concern. So we hope and expect that all participants participating in the program are very diligent in taking the assignments and the assessment as well. Also, and last but not the least, is our feedback survey. We have a feedback survey to get feedback from our participants and to know other areas of improvement in the course as well. So who are our funders? Are you eager to know our funders? Yes, all thanks to the African Import and Export Bank, shortly known as AfriExim. We appreciate AfriExim, but they are the founder of this program, and that is why everyone participating in this program, which was $1,500, will not be paying any dime. They are the cost for that. Thank you so much, AfriExim Bank. We appreciate. And also our knowledge and market linkage partners. We have Good Market. Good Market is a global platform, just like we have Amazon, we have eBay, whereby you put your product and people from around the world can find you, can locate your product and patronize you. Also, we also have the Growth Gateway, which are also linked directly to the UK government. Thank you.
All right. Who is excited about this big announcement? $1,500 has been waived off, and access to the Scaling Export program is totally free. If you are excited, can I see excitement in the comment section? I don't know why the comment section is dry. Like, this is a time where I should feel excitement from anyone and everyone. So the portal is already open. You can head on to the link in the comment section. I can see that the link has been dropped in the comment section. Start your application. Don't keep it to yourself. We want to reach as many agripreneurs as possible. So share it with your partners, everyone you know who is operating in the food ecosystem and that wants to export their products beyond the shores of their country. So I know we have questions. Can we drop your question in the comment section? Just one or two questions regarding this. Bushra is still on the call. So if you have questions, please, team members, can we share the link in the comment section? Can we share the link there? So please drop your question in the comment section. I'll read it. Don't unmute yourself. Just ask your question and I will read it. But if there is no question, I'll move straight to the next one. All right, I can see comments. Thank you. Great, much appreciation. Exactly, I like that. So thank you so much, Bushra and the rest of the team. I'm sure everyone is excited about this, and everyone on the call, once you're out of this place, please make sure you register. It won't take you a lot of time because we want to see different African products exported across the globe. So make sure you take advantage of this opportunity. Everyone is asking, where is the link to the application? The link is going to be pasted in the comment section, so get ready. So to move us to the next level in this event, we're gradually coming to the end. We're going to be landing very soon at our destination. We just make the big announcement. Okay, I'm seeing someone's question. Someone is saying, what is the fee? We said it is absolutely free. What we need is your commitment. Go and apply. The fact that you are at this launch program does not guarantee your admission into the program properly. So it's a 6 weeks program. Make sure you have time and go ahead. The person says, can an individual who hasn't started his or her business take part in the training with a view to become active in the coming months? Bushra, please, can you answer that?
All right, thank you. So actually for this program, we aim to onboard agripreneurs who pay businesses are already registered for at least 2 years and who have a proof of local existence in their local markets. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Bushra, for that. I can see the link right there in the comment section. Please go ahead, take advantage of this opportunity. We want to hear your feedback. We want to see that in the next 6 months, we want to see that you're already exporting your product. Okay, so this is one of our newest babies. Thank you. Go ahead and take advantage of that. We've told you who we are at African Food Changemakers. We've told you what we do. We've told you where we are and all that. But there's something so important. If you know the what, if you know the where, if you know the when, but you don't know the how, it's as good as not having the requisite knowledge to make progress. So I want to tell you how you can get connected with African Food Changemakers. And to take us in that session, I'll be handing over to our membership officer at African Food Changemakers. The next face you're going to see on the slide would be Mr. Joseph Noble. So put your heads in the comment section as Joseph Noble takes over from me. Thank you.
We are about to wrap up this event, but we need to know how to maximize the privileges and all of the offers that have been made before us. Like every family, African Food Changemakers has its community. And we know that every family will give its family members the first privileges. Likewise, for you to be beneficiaries of African Food Changemakers opportunities, you will have to subscribe to the African Food Changemakers community. To subscribe, African Food Changemakers Hub is a digital knowledge platform that empowers us with critical resources, tools for networking, trade linkages, exposure, networking event, funding opportunities. And so we would like to want you to maximize everything that has been offered to you. My colleague will be dropping the link in the inbox for you on how to go about the registration to become a member. It is a very, okay. So I will also be going through this process with you to guide you on how to go about the registration. While my colleague has dropped that link, I will be clicking it from my end to guide you through so that we can all become. Can we please mute? I will be guiding you through this process. So if you click on the link my colleague has dropped on your screen, you will see it will take you to the home page, where by my right end, you will see it says join. Clicking on that join/login will lead you to join the community. Upon clicking of that, are we together? I would like to get your responses. We're doing this together. While we have the link to register for the SEP, this is where we will maximize all the opportunities that African Food Changemakers strives to give us. While we have a vision to give 1 million agri-entrepreneurs across Africa, we are particular for our community who will come first to take advantages of these opportunities. Our spread is over 37 countries across the 57 countries. So let's do this together. If you are not a member, you have not signed up to the African Food Changemakers community, I'd like us to do this together. Upon clicking the login, you will see 3 questions that will pop up. The first question will ask you, do you own or run an agri-food business in Africa? This is one of the eligibility criteria. We have 4 eligibility criteria. You have to be in an agri-food business. You have to be operating for at least 6 months. You have to be registered as a legal entity in your country where you are domiciled, and you have to have a social media presence. So up-to-date website or any social media pages dedicated to agri-food business. When that gives you yes, we will have 3 pages to fill. The first is your personal information, which I will be filling here. That we will be fast. I hope we're doing this together. If you are doing this, can you comment in the section? If you're having any difficulty, please indicate in the chat section. My colleagues will be attending to you. I am filling my email and confirming my email. We're doing this so that everyone can be carried along. Your country code, my primary country is Nigeria. I'm a resident at Utako, Abuja, and I am male. If you've done this, it will take you to the next page. The next page will show you your company general information. And this is the three process. When you are done with this, you will have the last for your company contact information, where you will provide your social media handles. Do well to go through with this registration. You can do this in less than 3 minutes and become part of the African Food Change Makers community, so as to maximize all of the opportunities we have to give you and leverage on them. Thank you very much. Next person who will be taking on to bring this segment to a close will be Anne, who you will see after this segment. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much, Joseph Noble, for that. I hope you have already signed up to become a member of, I see Fumi Warrior. Thank you so much. He said, I already submitted mine. If you've submitted your membership application, can I see you drop it in the comment section? I like people who are action takers. I wish I have some cash. Fumi, I should have given you a cash to reward you, because I like that you just went straight to take action. Okay, so thank you so much. It has been a swell time at the Scaling Exports Program launch. I would want to invite the program's coordinator as he takes the vote of thanks and bring this event to a close. Please, I want us one more time, let's make welcome Oduayo as he takes over for the closing remark. Thank you.
Hello, good evening once again to everyone. I want to say thank you very much for joining this session. We're excited to actually have all of you here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking through with us all through the session. I want to say thank you to all our partners once again, all our funders, all our friends of AFC, the lovers of AFC, all the change makers that we currently have on this platform, the current ones that just joined and the potential ones. We want to say thank you very much for your time on this session. Believe me, you are coming in for a great experience in all of these programs that we schedule for you in this coming 2023 and also for the SCP. We want to say thank you, and also want to say shout out to Biram, one of our partners too on this SCP program. Thank you for joining this session. We appreciate you for your time. I will pass it over to Anne so that we can take our ritual as usual. For those that have actually been joining our session.
Thank you so much, Oduayo, for that. Thank you very much. This is one of my favorite sessions where we come for event, because you have been seeing my faces, and I know we have beautiful and handsome people in Africa. So now is the time for you to turn on your camera, put on a smile. We want to take the family picture. So everyone, turn on your camera, make sure you're smiling, and take a screenshot. After taking the screenshot, we want you to share this picture across your social media handles and tag us at African Food Change Makers on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and then on Twitter. So please turn on your cameras. Okay, so I'm not seeing everyone. Please, I want to see your full face. I want you. Aha, thank you. I can see Mayowa. I can see Fumi, thank you. You're my action taker. I can also see Nosa. I can see Justin. I can see Ibrahim. You're all smiling. Please, let's take a screenshot quickly. Team members, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go to the first slide. Let's go to the second slide. We're happy to welcome you all into the African Food Change Makers. Make sure you go ahead and join the community. Okay, I can see faces. All right, on to the next. Yes, I can see Mohammed's face. I can see Abdulatif. I can see Emmanuel. I can see Dayo. Let's turn on our cameras. The people on the second pages, your pictures are not showing. Oh. All right, okay. I see Adedami Lola's video is on. I see Aminu Habibu. All right. I'm going to the third slide. Some persons are not turning. You don't want to join our family picture. All right. Okay, so thank you so much.
No, it says that we've been turned off. I can't turn my on.
You can't turn yours? Oh, so sorry. Please.
Yes.
Can we allow everybody to turn on their camera? Because I can see majority of persons are not turning on their camera. Okay, Samuel, thank you. I see that you've registered in the chat.
Because the host has stopped it. You can't start your video because the host has stopped it.
Oh, so sorry. We're going to work on that. Host, please. We're going to change it to make everyone able to turn on their camera. Okay, so can you all turn your cameras now? 50 members, I need your assistance in this because most persons are not able to turn on their camera.
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Aha, thank you. I can see more beautiful faces. All right, thank you. Good God day. I can see your face. Bets Mwagi, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name, but Bet, I can see your camera turned on. Mohammed, I see you. Rabiu, I see you. Kechinyere, I see you. I see everyone. I can't go ahead to call everybody, but well done to everyone turning on their cameras. If you're yet to turn on your camera, okay, team members, we're good, right? All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I can see our faces. We've captured those who turned on their camera. We look forward to having your application for the Scaling Export Program. Don't just do it alone. Share the link. We want to receive as many as 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people sending their application. Okay, so share it and then make sure you are part of African Food Change Makers community. We look forward to sharing more updates with you via community. Remember, we share funding opportunities, training, events, and all that. So we look forward to seeing you in the community. You're going to receive more updates from us. Follow us across all social media channels. It is Africa Food Change Makers on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
Hello.
Hello. Please, can you unmute? Can you mute yourself? Thank you so much.
Hello. Thank you.
So enjoy the rest of your evening. We've come to the end of today's program. Thank you so much. Go ahead and fill up the form. Application is officially opened. Follow us across all social media handles and join the community. Once again, thank you for joining the Scaling Export Program. I want to say big shout out to the members of the Africa Food Changemakers team who have been working tirelessly to see that this program is a success. Well done, Bushra. Well done, Comfort, Gloria Praise, Cassandra, Odwayo, Nosa, and every member of the team. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We look forward to receiving your application.
Please, where's the link to the application?
The link is in the comment section, but follow us on our social media channels. You're still going to see the link. And also, if you signed up for this event, we have your email address. We will share the recordings for this event. We'll share the link for registration, okay? So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.